It's known as the deadliest terror attack in Canadian history. Nearly 40 years ago, a flight that took off from Toronto ended in tragedy. A bomb was planted on Air India Flight 182. It exploded while the plane was 31,000 feet above sea level off the southwest coast of Ireland. 329 people were killed. The majority of them, 268, were Canadians. And in the years following their death, families have been fighting for justice and to be heard. Our sister station Omni is airing a documentary on this tragedy called Forgotten Canadians, the victims of Air India Flight 182.
They were all cremated in Ireland, and the ashes were given to us, which I took to India.
What I had hoped for, what I wanted someone to do, be it my father or a doctor or somebody, is turn on a switch so she could be alive and be my mom again.
Everybody heard the news and wanted to come, but then it was very quiet.
There were no Canadian government representative present in the hospital.
We were born here or, got our citizenship here in Canada. We just felt alone.
This lack of non-recognition as Canadians is also the lack of justice.
The police haven't acted. The politicians haven't condemned those things. Have we really learned anything?
Joining us now is Anya Reid, associate producer of the Omni News special Forgotten Canadians, the victims of Air India Flight 182. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks, Lisa.
And how powerful were the families just right now detailing this tragedy? And something that really stuck out to me was this is a tragedy without a place in Canadian history. Tell me a little bit about how the families are feeling all these years later.
It's the Air India Flight 182 is the 9/11 for Canada. So it was happened before 9/11, and the people, I think, remember more about 9/11. And they don't know much about Air India 182. The reason was that because most of the people, their origin was Indian. So, and I think one of the victims mentioned in her interview that we were Canadians, but they thought that we are going to home. We are not going from home. So that's the, I think at that time, that's the main focus point. Okay, those are the Indians. So maybe the Indian government may be taking care of those things. But that's why they felt hurt that Canadian government never accepted them as Canadians.
Hence the title, Forgotten Canadians, yes. Of your documentary here. And you have a special relationship with each one of those people that you're speaking with. I'm wondering for you if I can ask you what that was like, speaking with these families here, and also that moment where someone showed you clothing that they collected from their loved ones.
Yeah, it was very overwhelming for me as well, because I was not expecting that the person I was interviewing, he's Professor Mahesh Sharma. He's a senior professor in Concordia University in Montreal. So actually we were interviewing and he said, okay, it's a 40-year, what's it 40 year? For me, it's every day. We remember our loved ones every day. Maybe it's for the media, maybe for the other people, it's a 40th anniversary. But then he said, okay, but I have my daughter's clothes with me right now. And he wanted those clothes to be cremated with him and take it to the river Ganga, which is a ritual for the Hindu families.
The clothes that was on that flight
yes.
182 that day?
Yes.
And he still has them all these years later?
Yes, in the packet in his office, because that's where he spent his all day. Serving the students, teaching them, and maybe other social work. So he always carried them with him.
For his daughter, and just thinking about all the milestones he didn't get to have with his daughter because of this tragedy here. I'm wondering the families that you spoke with, what are they asking for from the government, from officials?
Because it's been 40 years since that tragedy happened, and they know that there is no hope for any judicial justice for them. And they know that 23rd June is the National Day for Remembrance of the Victims of Terrorism, for all kind of terrorism. So they just want that government, that law enforcement agencies of Canada should be more vigilant, should be more aware if such kind of things are brewing inside Canada, or maybe they should be more open towards to dealing with how to deal with the victims if such incident happen again.
And for these families here, how are they finding closure? You said that they're not looking for justice. They think that's impossible at this point. But how are they able to heal all these years later?
Yeah, I mentioned about Professor Mahesh Sharma. He lost actually two daughters, wife and mother-in-law, so 4 family members. And he mentioned a very interesting thing that when he came to Canada, he came to Canada with just $8, and he still thinks that, okay, Canadian government help me in education. So he wants to, I think he actually started so many scholarships in the name of his daughters, his wife, and he just wants to serve students in Canada so that they can be better citizens.
Yeah.
And whatever he earns, he just put in the scholarships.
Wow, just being able to grieve and giving back to the community.
Yes.
Such a powerful message from him and the many families that you spoke with, and an important documentary for all of us here. It's called Forgotten Canadians, The Victims of Air India Flight 182. It's airing this week. Anurit, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.